And so it's Detroit with the ball. They trail by 3. Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game. And the next game, it'll be played in Los Angeles. And that concludes this long 6-game road trip. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. And it's Hezonja in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Jennings kicks to Drummond. The rim-rattling two-handed jam. And Los Angeles guys shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. There's the dish to Griffin. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Check out the game for Blake Griffin. He has 8 points, and there's a nice number in his assist column as well.
It really has been, Clark. He's created a lot of open looks for his teammates. Very unselfish play from him today.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Pistons trail by 3. Poked away and taken away by Paul. Moving it up. Redick with the bucket. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Clippers.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
There's a good screen. 6 to shoot. Paul for 3. Outside Griffin. Passes it to Redick. Goes back up. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws.
And guys, the Clippers last year, they were okay against the Eastern Conference, but not spectacular. You would have thought that with how well they were overall, they would have just really feasted on the East.
As you said with the Clippers, Greg, they did decently against the Eastern Conference. But of the Western playoff teams, Clark, they had the second worst record against the Eastern Conference.
And, you know, things like that matter, Kevin. I mean, they struggled against Eastern Conference playoff teams, went only 6-10 against those teams last year.
There's the pass to Hezonja. Los Angeles with another miss. Pistons trail by 4. And stolen by Jordan. Inside, Redick. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Redick's got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
No question. That's their goal down the stretch here. I think finding those close-range rhythm shots.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Here's Hezonja, 6 to shoot. To the middle, the drive by Jordan. No luck. Good D by Drummond. Pistons trail by 6. Ball's knocked loose. Now the Clippers moving it up. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And Hezonja gets it to go.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
For Detroit, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He told them that they simply have to step up, saying if we don't make a move now, it's going to be too late. Give them everything you've got. Kevin?
Thanks again, Doris. Payton drives in, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one on Johnson. Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
Drummond sets the screen for Jennings, and Drummond kicks to Johnson. Just 4 to shoot. Tolliver with the bucket.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
And I bet most people forget that the Pistons did make the playoffs for 8 straight years before this current drought. It's been a long rebuild process for them recently, but I think they're making progress and moving in the right direction.
Drummond a screen. Meeks inside the 3-point line. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Griffin inside. Tolliver on him. From 12 feet out. And Redick kicks to Payton. Got a piece of it. Now Detroit moving it up. Jennings is running. And the shot is long.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Pulls up on the wing. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And for the Pistons, they seem to have a direction and plan now that just wasn't the case before. It won't be easy to get back into the postseason, but I really feel like they are on the right path.
Oh, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
It's taken away by Payton. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Here's Azania. 1:43 left in the game. And he makes the first.
You know, you've got to like the fact that they're getting to the line. And on top of that, they're making their free throws in this half. That bodes well going forward.
Chris Paul, he's checked in for Payton. Jennings kicks to Meeks. And stolen by Redick. Here's Azania, defended by Drummond. Griffin a screen on Drummond. Meeks with the steal. Pass break Detroit. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Chris Paul picks up that one.
Drummond having a terrific game. 8 rebounds and a pair of blocks to go along with those.
And he's been standing tall when they needed it.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measured 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan. And he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friends.
And the Pistons making a change here. Jackson's checked in.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Clippers.
Fewer miscues made the difference, Clark.
Yeah, I thought the fact they minimized their turnovers was huge. It was a terrific all-around effort.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
call against Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Paul kicks to Jordan. Here's Hezonja. Knocked away. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Marcus Morris comes in for Anthony Tolliver. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Johnson. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Jody Meeks. Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're trailing by 9. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, pure desperation right now, Clark. You think there's enough time?
I doubt it. I mean, it's clear what they've got to do. Quick shot, foul, and they need some cooperation with some missed free throws from the opponent.
Morris, no good. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal.
No question about it. That would be all she wrote.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. On the wing, Stevenson, guarded by Blake. Stevenson outside. He dishes it to Smith. 13 feet away. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
That'll be a Pistons timeout.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're behind by 9. 7 seconds left in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
And look, this one's out of reach. I don't know what they're thinking with this timeout.
Neither do I. I mean, maybe they're going over their plans for after the game. Who knows? But let's just get out of here.
So the Clippers with the win. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hey, Kevin, I'm here with Blake Griffin. And Blake, you guys were down at half, but you seemed to come out with more intensity in the second half. Was that the difference in this game?
Oh, yeah, it definitely was. They were shooting unbelievably from the field.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Let's take a look at our Jordan player of the game. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
They asked an awful lot from him tonight offensively, and he delivered. When they needed a big bucket, he was the guy they turned to, and he delivered, like I said. I mean, this guy was unbelievable. He did not shy away from the moment.
I mean, he was lights out from deep. Some aerial mastery going on, guys. He spent a lot more time behind the arc than he usually does. Good call by the coaching staff to use him in that way. The defense was not expecting it.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.